Nuclear forensics is an essential component of national and international nuclear security response plans to events involving radioactive materials diverted outside of regulatory control. Just as DNA evidence collected at a crime scene can provide a basis by which to exclude certain groups or classes of individuals and form an investigation as to the characteristics of a suspect, nuclear forensics can provide a similar critical framework of information as a component of a broader investigation. The ability to collect and preserve this type of evidence when material is seized and then conduct nuclear forensics analysis can provide insights to the history and origin of the material, its point of diversion, and the identity of potential perpetrators. The availability of material that could be fashioned to disperse a radiological source of material, or in the case of highly enriched uranium or plutonium, could be potentially used to make an improvised nuclear device. The challenge is that from its inception in 1995 to the end of 2013, the ITDB contained a total of about 2,500 confirmed incidents reported by participating nations. And from a nuclear forensics perspective, of even greater concern is that 16 of these confirmed incidents involved unauthorized possession of high-enriched uranium or plutonium, and several of these seizures involved kilogram amounts of those materials. And in some cases, there were indications that the misuse material was a sample from a larger unsecured and as yet unrecovered stockpile. So this really illustrates the gravity of the problem with which nuclear forensics is tasked and aimed at reducing. Galaxy Serpent was a innovative and first of its kind effort. This tabletop exercise was held under the auspices of the Nuclear Forensics International Technical Working Group, and it involved approximately 20 teams of scientists from 20 different nations. It was a virtual web-based international tabletop exercise where teams of scientists from various countries used provided public domain spent fuel compositions to formulate their own model national nuclear forensics libraries, or NNFLs, and determined if hypothetically seized material was consistent with the materials in their holdings or was not consistent with that material. As part of this effort, it was an exercise in nuclear forensics libraries to see the efficacy of such libraries. Different countries have varying rules of evidence, different scientific capabilities, different political systems, and so on. All these differences that are important to understand in order to more effectively work together. But within all these differences is the realization that we often face common problems. Exercises like Galaxy Serpent not only develop human and technical capacity, but they also provide a concrete lesson as to how a national nuclear forensics library, coupled with subject matter experts and traditional forensics, can play a vital and probative role in an investigation and subsequent successful prosecution. I think interactions of in this type of exercise help to advance the understanding of all partners as to how different political systems and resources can manifest themselves in how an exercise is approached and subsequently unfolds. A number of the Galaxy Serpent teams that were involved have used this tabletop exercise experience to really inform their own efforts at home when considering how to develop their own National Nuclear Forensics Library. CRDF Global continues to fulfill a vital support role, serving as a facilitator to develop and manage the web-based infrastructure for this exercise and help with the communication with a number of the teams for whom English wasn't a first language. They provided timely and expert support throughout the exercise And the individuals I worked with were really models of proficiency and professionalism in embodying CRDF Global's broader mission of matching scientists with policy efforts and their vision of advancing science diplomacy.